I want to make a couple of basic pieces. So I have these three frames that are already made. Um, they were done very professionally, and these are just going to be, well, will retain the glass. But I kind of want to just do some simple pieces this time. So I'm going to take time and use these up. I've got all the pieces cut that I'm going to require to make 3 of these. And then, so I have this glue that I just need to put on them. So I'm going to just glue the corners together. And then after that, I just need them to dry. I need to try to be careful when I'm doing this because I don't want to glue these onto the cardboard. My cuts seem to be pretty perfect. I'm going to go grab my tool to measure angles real quick to make sure that this is straight on a 90. According to this tool, we are at a 90. I can't seem to find my clamp, but this one will work just fine. So, and then once I sit the frame on top here, it all seems to line up really well. So I'm going to glue that together. They're all dry now, and I quickly went ahead and sanded the corners, well, the edges here. When I put the glue on, I kind of put a bit too much, and it seeped out the just kind of these in between the gaps. And then once it hardened, then it was fairly rough. So I went ahead and did that to all of them. And at this point, what I need to just do is I'm going to be cutting out the back piece that would be going onto each one of them. After that, I think I will either cut the glass or I will move to the hinges. Let's see if we can find what I'm looking for. I had to come to a second store because the first one I went to didn't have the stuff I needed. I think I found them though. It's raining outside, so I can't hook up my saw. And so we're going to do this the old school way. It's going to require that I be as steady as I possibly can be. So it's just more of that. It takes 3 or 4 times as long, but at least it's still coming out straight. Right now, I'm just marking this section of glass into the right proportions that I need for the pieces that I will be that I'll be utilizing on the frames. So these pieces will go in here. Right now, I just gotta score them though. I have these other hinges that I'm going to end up using instead. And then I've also got these other latches. Oh, one sec. So I have these. I randomly found them. I don't know why I went to the store to get the hinges that I did get. These ended up working out better. I've lined this up like this so that I know that the hinges are straight, and then I ran my drill on these to make these two little holes, and that's how I got the alignment there. Once I go to this piece that's going to sit and be the cover or door, I will do the opposite, where I will just kind of screw them in so that they're kind of sitting straight, and then I will measure to where I want, and I'll just use my drill in the same manner where I will make the tiny little pinholes there. More than likely, I'll probably just mark them with a pencil, but that's how I'll get this to match up from here to here. Okay, so I've got the hinges done, and I've also began putting that piece in. I need to get this other piece drilled and screwed in there, and basically that will be the latch to keep it shut, like that. Okay, so I've got the piece put on and the hinges are in, so it opens, closes, and it's just a matter of getting the rest of this put together. Obviously, I still have to do the other two pieces and set them up in a similar manner. I need to drill the holes on here because this is the piece that's going to go on the back. And so I'm going to first drill the holes, and then afterwards, once the holes are there, I'll match it up and line it up, and I'll use this to mark them. So I'll use the punch so that makes the hole like that there. And that should help me keep the holes here lined up with these here so that this stays in the right place. I've got them marked, so now it's just time to drill. What I'm doing now is I'm making a little hole. It's much bigger, actually, because I need these type of screws to go all the way down flush, so they end up like this. I am being extremely careful to not go too deep down. So I only let the drill make a couple of spins before I pull it off. So I can kind of hear it when it grabs, and that's how I know that I need to remove the drill. I've gone ahead and drawn out the perimeter of what's going to be I guess, background for the shadow boxes. Pretty simple, just drew them out, measured, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting them. Nothing special for this because the edges are going to be hidden, and I'll kind of show that here in a little bit once I go to put these on. But yeah, need to cut them out. So this is what I was referring to. The piece of paper is much larger than the inside perimeter of this, and so when you put this down, it's for sure covered. Well, the backing is covered, so you won't be able to see any of that. It'll just be all paper. I believe some of these, or at least one of these, should be ready so that I can start spreading it. Probably, let's give the biggest one a go first. We'll leave the other one in the container until we're ready for that one. This one was actually fairly difficult to spread apart, and in my struggles, I forgot to record. But so there she is. She'll now just sit like this for about 12 hours to maybe 24 hours is usually how long I leave them before I go and mount them. So we'll leave it like that, and then I keep calling it a she. I don't really know if it's a female or not. But anyways, this one's definitely much easier to spread open. Or, I mean, it was. I had to cut my foam block because I didn't have any more of these like little riser things, and it's going to need that so that the wings can be level. All right, I have them both spread apart. It's just a matter of adding a few more pins to keep them in place, because as they dry up, their appendages do sometimes shift. So you definitely want to make sure they're somewhat secure. Not necessarily overkill, but definitely more pins than what I currently have on them now. So you previously only saw me spread two insects, and the reason for that, well, two beetles. The reason for that is because I already have a third one. This one was the one that I attempted to put in place of the violin beetle, the one in my coffin video. So if you want to see how I spread this one apart or open, you're able to check out that video before. But this one's all good to go, and so I'm going to quickly mount this one in there. All right, so this one's now in its forever home. It looks like these two are also ready to be pulled out. I began pulling pins off. If we look at this one's wings, it's actually gotten a little bit lighter. The wings used to be dark brown while the insect was hydrating, but now that it's dried up again, the wings have changed the colors back to that like gold yellowish color. I don't know if I've ever really showed this in detail, and even in my other videos, but the way I'm putting this and mounting them on there is I'm taking a piece of glue stick, I'm sticking it on the abdomen, and then I'm placing them down there. Glue on both sides, obviously, to get them to stay stuck.